Variables. When declaring variables, there are a few things that you need to be aware of. The first thing is that you start with the data type that you want the variable to be able to store values of. The data type is then followed by the name of the variable. Here you can see that we have declared two integer variables that have not been assigned any values yet. If you want to minimize the number of code rows in your application, you can declare variables of the same data type on the same row, each separated by commas. When you have declared a variable, you can assign a value to it. You do this by setting the name of the variable equal to the value. You can declare a variable and set its value on the same row. In this case, we declare a variable using a double data type that we assign the value of 0.5. We also have a variable declared with a decimal data type that we also assign a value of 0.5. Note, however, that we must tell the compiler that it is a decimal value by appending the capital letter M to the value. The double data type is used for floating point numbers, and the decimal data type is used for currency values. The decimal data type can store larger values. When working with objects, you create an instance of a class by stating the name of the class, that is the data type, and the name of the variable will hold the instance. To create the instance, you use the new keyword followed by the name of the class and parentheses that can contain parameter values. The parentheses symbolizes the constructor method of the class that is used when creating the instance of the class. You use this method to set startup values and calling any methods that need to be called before the object has been created. To be able to assign values to an object, we create properties of the desired data type in the class. In this case, it's a boolean that can hold a true or false value. When fetching a property value, we use the name of the object followed by a dot and the name of the property. We can then store the value in a local variable of the same data type. In this case, we use the generic var type that can contain any type of value. The var keyword makes the code easier to read and it saves space. We could have used the var keyword for the account variable as well. When assigning a value to a property or a field, we must use the instance variable again followed by a dot and the name of the property or field. Then we assign the desired value of the same data type using the equal sign. We cannot, for instance, assign a string value to an integer. If the string contains numerical data, it can be used after it's been converted to the correct data type. If the class contains public methods, we can call them using the instance variable followed by a dot and the name of the method, followed by a parenthesis that can contain parameter values if the method is declared with parameters. In our example, the method name is getValue and returns the same value as the isValid property. We assign the return value to the variable of the same data type as the return value has. In this case, Boolean. You can of course use the var keyword if you like. A suggestion is that you use the var keyword whenever you can in your code, especially if you create instance variables that repeat the data type on the same row.